Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. So, the web app is out and FC26 has officially started. But the biggest news today is about the full game of FC26. Whether you're on PC, Xbox, or PlayStation, EA is letting the game open up early today with EA Play. I'm going to explain how this works, how you can get it, and what to do once you log on to the game today, because we're only hours away as well from some of the pre-order early access releases opening up anyway. But this is some really big news. More people are going to be on the game early, and it's going to impact the market a lot. I'm prepared to profit from it. I want you guys to be prepared as well. Let's dive in. If you guys are excited for the video today and excited for FC26, drop a thumbs up, hype the video if you can, and subscribe if you are new. Once again, yes, I am on the full version of the game. We had access yesterday thanks to EA and the Creator Network, of course, as we have been getting for the past couple of years. Now, let's talk about where all things began yesterday and where things started with the web app, because I don't want to gloss over this because it was another pretty slow year with the web app. Guys, it's hard to get coins on a web app where objectives are locked. And that was once again a big problem yesterday. We had our welcome backpacks that did give us some tradable players, but we wanted to put those players into those first SBCs. And one of our only ways to get coins was by quick selling those tradable cards, or if you pack somebody that you could sell, like I packed Soboslai for 2,000 coins. I was able to sell him for, that was the only way that you could get some coins. After that, it was a grind, literally, to try to make coins on the market where not a lot was selling because not very many people had coins, or you were going to objectives to try to complete bronze pack method and claim those transfer market mastery objectives that we talked about. But it's pretty hard when the objectives are locked. You had to use Pale Tools or another extension, or just refresh the web app enough times to hopefully get lucky for the objectives to unlock. So that was kind of a problem yesterday. It was once again a bit of a frustrating web app, but yet again, the web app periods now these days are shorter than ever, and we're talking about getting on the full game today. At least that web app pain is going to be over for those of us getting on the game here very soon. And that's what I want to talk about, because a couple hours before the web app dropped yesterday, this news broke from EA. Not just from EA themselves, they did tweet about this, but also this is on EA's website, sharing the official dates of the drop date of FC26. Of course, we know that at 1 p.m. UK today on Thursday, that is 8 a.m. Eastern, which is also midnight New Zealand, a lot of PC and Xbox users were going to be getting on the game. That's the official drop date for the Ultimate Edition of PC, and it is the same time that Xbox users could fly to New Zealand and get on their consoles. Now, this is huge because PlayStation and everybody is going to be able to get on at that same exact time, even if you haven't bought the full version or the pre-order version of FC26 because of this EA Play 10-hour trial. Back in the day, we had EA Play 10-hour trials in the web app, and we would get 10 hours, and then we'd have 5 days of web app and 10-hour trials to try and get as far ahead as we could in Ultimate Team before the actual game came out. Well, now it's like a 2-day scenario, but it's still a big deal because it's getting people on the game up to like 13, 14 hours earlier. If you're in the US, you were going to have to wait until midnight your time, and now you're going to be able to get on at 8 a.m. the day before, today on Thursday. Now, how do you get this EA Play scenario going? Let's go to the store and talk about it. Guys, in the PlayStation Store where I am right now, you're going to go over to subscriptions. You're going to go down to EA Play. You're going to click Learn More, and it's right here. It does cost. It is $6 every single month, so you just have to pay $6. You get the EA Play subscription, and then you can get onto FC26 early today down here in the EA Play game trial section. At the time today that was mentioned, again, that is 8 a.m. UK time, that is 8 a.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. UK time, which is subsequently midnight on the 19th New Zealand. That's when this should open up, and FC26 should be there, and you should be able to start playing the game and download it and get into the full version of the game. So that is how this works. Now, some people are going to pay $6 for this, and they're going to cancel it and hopefully get a refund for it. I think that works. I'm not going to promise you that. Don't count on that because it has before, but it also has not worked before as well. So that's where it feels a little sneaky from EA, because you buy the Ultimate Edition, Then you got to buy the EA Play for 10 hours of early access if you want to get on as early as you possibly can, which just doesn't feel super right. So I totally understand for those that don't want to do this and just want to get on when they can get on and don't want to have to hassle with it. But if you're okay with doing that, you can get on the game a number of hours early, which has big benefits. And guys, the biggest thing that this benefits is the market. And we're going to talk about that in a second, because when you log in today, if you pre-order the Ultimate Edition, you're going to be getting your 2,000 FC points when you log in. We're going to open a quick little player pick here. We've got Brandt. We've got Budimir. I'm taking Brandt for sure for those decent stats that he's got. Any good play styles? Tiki Taka and size. Yeah, that's a solid card. Nice. That'll go into the team nicely. So this is going to impact a lot of things today. Now, when you log into the game, whether it's through the EA Play trial today or whether it's through just getting on at the Ultimate Edition access time, what I want to do is kind of go through a few things that you should do right away when you get in, because yesterday when I got into the game, I felt like we had a really efficient process of getting things done. One of the first things that I did was I went to objectives and I finished off those objectives that I couldn't quite get done on the web app. Like I changed the name of my club, right? That was so annoying yesterday. We could not do that from the web app, right? You change the name from your club, you get a consumables pack, you finish off the rest of this club maintenance objective, and you get a 78 plus rare gold player pick. You can also finish off the market mastery objective, which gives another 78 plus player pick there. And then you can start playing games. Honestly, one of the first ways that I played games yesterday, and I would recommend this for you guys as well, is going to the Play vs. AI tab. And I would go to Moments, because guys, in this Moments tab, you have the opportunity to get a tradable 50k pack from grinding the moment stars in each of these different levels. You need 60 stars for a tradable 50k pack. I would say do foundations and then do milestones. Milestones is very easy. The first couple segments of foundations are very easy as well. Then you redeem those stars right here inside of the star gallery. It's not going to show the pack for me under seasonal because I've already opened it, but it would be right there for 60 stars. And you could pack something good. It's worth it because right now there's so much value for the cards that are on the market. We talked about, right? A lot of the starter squad players that actually sell for something right now that are not going to sell for much a little bit later on. Some of these lower rated items that we look at in here. Now I'm looking at a lot of middle tier to top tier items that I'm starting to want to invest in. That's a different story, but that's what I do right away. Finish up some of those objectives that you couldn't on the web app and get into the moments. And then after that, you're going to get a player pick, because once you play one game, you're going to unlock this player pick, guys, which is a foundations pick, which is going to be a card that instantly goes into your team. Endo is who I chose the first time around because I started to have some Premier League links in my team. Those were just some of the better players that I packed. But Stanisic, Garcia, Coop Miners, Ruggeri, and Endo all look like very usable players, and everybody's going to have one of these to start in their ultimate teams. Now, there's actually another objective, I believe, that gives you a second chance at this player pick, which is why you see the screenshot here with Endo saying already owned. We're going to get a second shot at this player pick, which is very, very nice. But everybody's going to have one of those cards in their team, which means links to those most popular players, like Liverpool links to Endo, maybe some Atletico Madrid links to Ruggeri, and Bayern links to Stanisic are going to be interesting cards to watch on the market. Now, after you pick that player pick, put it in your team, go play some squad battles. Squad battles is going to be the easiest place to play right away. And while you're doing squad battles, make sure you check, as you can right here on the right side of the screen, what objectives that you could get done while playing squad battles. Like right here, I can play 3 squad battles and get a silver pack. I can play 10 squad battles, wins, and get a 75 plus. It'll just tell you some of the ways where you can get some progress and objectives in that certain game mode. I like that little bit there. That's a new ad this year. That is very helpful. But as you're playing squad battles, like maybe even start an Evo or try to complete some other objective progress. Think about these silver superstars like the Charlton, the Eusebio, Yashin, Garincha, and Bobby Moore. You might be able to get some progress towards those cards even as early as right now. Make those squad battle games worth it for you. And of course, you'll be grinding towards getting rewards. That is the next reward set that will be coming out on Sunday, squad battles. Now, after you do that, you could also go to SBCs. But guys, SBCs at the moment, you need some coins to get active there, unless you have a lot of cards in your club. The Golden Generation England 66 is like one of the 2 or 3 SBCs I would recommend doing right now. This one does give some big packs, and honestly, I've seen a lot of the biggest pack polls tweeted to me so far from this SBC right here. The mega pack that you get inside of it, the gold players, small Electrum, and the small prime gold players packs. Those are decent packs. They are untradeable, but that's worth doing after you have some coins and after you have some cards in the club. Now, SBCs I would do right away would be the Club is Yours challenge. This one's very easy to do, decent packs. And then the Balls Dogon SBC, I would rate this as a very good SBC as well for the packs that you get. And then also, the card that you get at the end, that goes boom straight to your team as well. So those are the SBCs that I would do. Skip these two, Intro to Upgrade and Intro to Challenge SBCs. I don't think the packs that they give are really worth putting cards in for unless you're really bored and you just want to put some cards into those. I would probably skip. Now, after that, you're probably wondering even right now, what's going to go on the market. Guys, the market is a very interesting place right now. There's a lot of cards that are up, very expensive in price. There's a lot of cards that are down. I've made some investments because I do believe there is going to be opportunity for the market to rise today. But things are now going to be very interesting because of this whole EA Play scenario. Let's break it down. Today, when EA Play opens up and when PC, Xbox, and PlayStation players all start getting on the game, what are they going to get? Like we mentioned, they're going to get, if they pre-order the Ultimate Edition, as a lot of us have, the 2,000 FC points that are a part of that pre-order. And with those 2,000 FC points, they're going to go start opening packs. Now, right now, the only packs we have in the store are the 7.5K packs. I mean, if EA changed that and they put some 25Ks out, that's going to bring more supply than we've already seen, and that is going to drop some prices. But what it's also going to do is it's going to put coins on the market. So this is how I would describe things going today on the market. Right away, when people get on the game at 8 a.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. UK, you're going to see some drops. You're going to see a bit of a dip in the market, maybe for 30 minutes to an hour as people open packs. But after that, those coins are going to take effect and you're going to see prices start to shoot up as people finally have coins on their accounts to go and build teams with. And you're going to see some of those starter players, some of those mid-tier to even high-tier players start to move up in value. So you have an influx of that supply, small dip, then you're going to have a nice rise. I've already invested in a couple of cards for this rise. And if you want to invest too, think about the players that people are actually going to want to put into their team. Starter team players like Eki TK and Kolomani, they're lower rated, right? They're going to have a bit of a dip in price, but also those are the players people are going to be able to afford by opening their 2,000 FC points. Yesterday, opening my 2,000 points, I ended up making about 35,000 coins because I sold everything. I quick sold all the consumables, and I even was selling a lot of the cards that were just gold commons and gold rares that I was packing from those. Here's a quick tip. Make sure you check for Eredivisie cards and German golds because they were selling yesterday on the market for some of those first SBCs that required Eredivisie cards, and then Germans were selling for the Bosdogan SBC for like 600 to 700 coins. So a couple extra coins there just if you check on those. Their prices will probably change a bit as some people have gotten those SBCs done already, but definitely watch out for those. Now, 30,000 coins, that can build you a pretty solid team. And, maybe you would choose to spend that if you already have a Bosdogan and if you've already chosen maybe Coop Miners or Endo from your player pick, your midfield's kind of set. You're looking at attackers, you're looking at defenders. People are going to be buying cards all over the place today. And with that, we're going to have a price rise on the market for sure. This is the exact same thing that happened last year. People got on the game during the New Zealand time zone and during that time frame, and they really made the market go up because there was a lot of people that were getting coins, finally able to build teams, and they're on the game. So there's gameplay demand. Now, the market's been all over the place already. This Chiesa was 5.5K. He went up to about 7K. Now he's back down to 5.5. I think cards could dip kind of like that again at the content drop of these FC points today. Not the actual content drop. I shouldn't use those words. But on the EA Play release and the early access release, again, that is the 1 p.m. UK, 8 a.m. Eastern, trying to keep all these times, in line and spoken correctly and understood correctly. So a bit of a drop there. And then I do think that we will have a bit of a rise. So I think you want to invest during the drop. This is not an investing scenario where you're going to hold on to the cards for forever, but it's an investing scenario for really a quick flip trade, because after these FC points get spent and the market sees a bunch of coins and the prices rise, we're going to get close to the content drop today. And what's dropping today? Because it's Thursday. And what drops every single week on Thursdays? Marquee matchups. Marquee matchups is going to bring tradable packs. People will sell some cards from their team to be able to afford to do these SBCs. I would almost guarantee you, because this is the most completed marquee matchups of the entire year, because it brings tradable packs and SBCs. We have not had any of that yet. Watch out for leaks for who's going to end up being in marquee matchups, because we don't officially have those yet. Foot Police said two of these matchups are in. We don't know which ones are in. I would imagine that's going to be leaked ahead of time today. I'm not talking about investing in who could be, like investing in the requirements for this. I'm talking about selling your cards before this happens so that you avoid probably some of the price drops that happened after the content dropped today. So you think early, you get a bit of a drop with supply with FC points. You get a nice rise as people have coins and go and build and buy teams. And it might be some of the lowest prices during that time frame, by the way, for some of these players like Embuemo, or somebody like 30K for Embuemo, right? Or maybe like Davies, who was 20,000 coins and now he's 30K. He's kind of up a little bit. You might see a bit of a dip on some cards, and then you may not see them as low as that ever again. I just pulled the trigger on a Cole Palmer for 23,000 coins. This is the second best center attacking mid card in the Premier League behind Verts, statistically, in this game. He's only 20K, 87 rated. Come on now. He's very rare. I think cards like that are going to probably be at their lowest for the next week or two today on this game, early, because after that we're going to have a nice rise. There's a lot more coins in the market, and then we're going to have marquee matchups like we mentioned. That's going to cause a bit of a dip, but then there's one more opportunity for prices to drop later in the night tonight on Thursday, and that would be when the rest of the world who didn't do EA Play gets on for the Ultimate Edition early release time frame. So midnight UK tonight. That last year was a huge time where prices tanked when everybody got their 4,600 FC points last year. Of course, it's not that many this year, right? It's just 2,000. But last year, prices absolutely got cooked. But it was kind of like what we're talking about for the morning period today, the earlier period where you have a bit of a drop, then you have a rise after that. Because after we have that drop later tonight on Thursday into Friday morning, we're probably going to see a nice rise Friday as people get on the game, and there's not as many FC points that are being opened from just the pre-order points being given out. And then you have people going and building and buying teams, and you see a lot of those prices really start to rise. So that's kind of how I'm thinking. If you look at the market in terms of a bigger picture, I'm thinking little drop this morning, then a rise, then a little drop, maybe a bit of a dip later evening, and then a rise once again into the weekend. Focus on your mid to top tier cards. The cards that you want to be investing in are those cards that are like 5,000 coins and above. Let's run through a few of them, right? A Lionel Messi, a Hugo Ekitike. I would even say Colomani. He's lower rated, but he's a perfect starter card that's going to have some value still as people build out their teams. Players like Doku would be in there for me. Trinity Rodman's extinct, but she would be in there for me. Marmouche is extinct. Watch extinct cards, guys. Like Upamecano would be a great example of a card who's extinct right now. He might actually get some supply with the FC points. 10,000 coins isn't too far off his price, but then when he gets a price range update, you could be making some coins there. Same thing on a card like this Rodrigo. He's worth more than 30K. You should try to snipe one of him if you've got that many coins and if you want one in your team. This card, Araujo, seems really cheap to me for 6,000. Like, I don't know how much lower he's going to go, but that's really, really low for me. But, oh, look at that. I refreshed the price, and he's all of a sudden back to 6.8K. These card prices are fluctuating like crazy, man. And get on bids. Get on bids because cards are going cheap on bid, and you can get deals there like this right here. Yeah, these cards are still kind of like they're rare. They're coming out of the late night lows of supply when like nobody was on and nobody was buying, and now we're getting into like, oh, people are maybe waking up today and they're getting some of these cards. Can I buy this one for 6.1? I'm gonna buy that. There we go, because he is basically 6.8K. Hopefully he goes up to like 8K today before the prices drop. We'll have to see, but I think that card's just overall really cheap. So whether you're looking at quick flip trades like I am, or you're looking to invest for a team for cards that will rise, those are the types of cards you want to focus on. And guys, 84 and above cards are a lot more rare on the market right now. If you just look at how much supply is there for some of those players, they're so rare. And that's why, that's because yesterday those welcome backpacks were all 75 to 83, right? So Benzema has one page of cards in the market, but Openda, who's obviously going to be a lot more expensive than Benzema, he's got pages. pages, even in the dead of night when I'm recording this video, when these cards are super kind of rare anyway. There's way less people on the game, so there's way less listings. These prices and the supply is really low for anything that is 84. Look at Lookman. Oh my gosh, man. 4 cards in the market. They're super rare. Those cards I like even better than the 83s. Even though Araujo's an 83, I still like him a lot as well. But those cards are more rare, and people are going to want those for their teams. So I think that they could have bigger rises today, which is why, again, I picked up a card like that. Cole Palmer as an 87 rated item there. So that's what I would watch for on the market. It's going to be a pretty crazy day today with prices moving up and down. But as I said before, you can try to focus on players that you know people will be wanting to upgrade to in their teams. Is this Trincao? This is Ricardo Horta. Focus on some of those players, like the second level players. If you're thinking ahead and you're buying somebody like the Araujo instead of like, I don't know who like a super duper cheap center back is to start off with. Or if you're looking at somebody like, who's a good example? I'm scrolling through Footbin right now. The Rodrigo, right? The Upamecano, those types of players. You're going to be ahead of the game investing in somebody like that, and you're going to end up making some coins. And it's going to be a market that should just rise in value on some of those decent mid to high level players as we see time move on, as more coins go into this market and people build out their teams. Who's this right here? 83 rated D Bernardo. So that 81 times 3 wasn't that great, unfortunately. Ooh, Bowen. Van de Donk. That's not terrible, but it's not the best. Probably that's what we really need to watch for today, guys. Is the market moving a whole lot? Other than the marquee matchups today for content, I'm not sure what else we would get. Maybe an Evo? I don't know if we get an Evo today. I'd be pretty crazy if we did, to be completely honest. If you guys missed it yesterday in the stream, we had 2 nice pack pulls. This Murillo card, by the way, insane. Incredible. And he does not have slide tackle playstyle, but I did a couple of slide tackles in a couple of the games I was playing in Rivals. He was so good. This guy was very, very good. And Dumornay is insane. This card is fantastic. She is so good. That's definitely my best pack pull right now. I need to get some cards to link to her right now. All I have is Savava at left back. But this is my starter team at the moment. I've spent 0 coins on these cards. They're just all the pack pulls that I've had so far, and we'll hopefully have a couple more today. We do have Rivals rewards. Guys, I can't believe I'm saying this, but we grinded some Rivals, and we're going to have rewards today that we're going to open on stream. So it'll be the first Rivals rewards of the entire year. So make sure you stop by the stream and check those out. And we should be live a little earlier than normal today here on the Twitch channel, here on the YouTube channel, and on TikTok as well. Guys, FC26 is freaking here, man. We are in this game now. We are playing, and it's here. I'm so excited, bro. We just want to grind. And hopefully today's video helped you out a little bit, learning how to get on the game early and what to do as you get on the game for the first time today. If you enjoyed this one, drop a thumbs up on it. Comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you're new. And I will see you guys in the stream today. It's been TheFutAccountant. Have a great Thursday. Good luck with your packs. Peace out.